Hello, I'm back. I was sick for a bit, but I'm back now, stronger and more autistic than ever before. Watches to go fast, like the Sonic running inside my Seiko chronograph. This is what today's video is all about. We look at the best, most amazing chronographs at several different price points. If you've been pondering about what watch to wear whilst drifting on a tour gear, Autobahn racing in Germany, or running really fast, I've got you covered, so stay tuned. My name is McLovin and you're watching Low Horology. Before we start, if you have not yet, please subscribe to my channel for more whimsical watch takes and collection builds. Did I ever say how much I hate winter? The world outside right now is a frozen, barren wasteland, so I find myself once again inside making videos. I'll continue to do so, and I hereby promise that I'll get a new camera at 1,000 subs, so I would really appreciate if you could get me there. Thanks a lot in advance. Anyways, in this video we look at the best chronographs at several different price points, starting with $500 and below, moving all the way up to about $5,000. Starting off at our lowest price point, we'll talk about a watch that I did not want to mention until now, but since this video is about going fast and going fast only, fuck, this is not even funny, what am I doing? And since I didn't want to start off again with the Casio Go timer, which by the way would be once again a very valid entry here, I want to start off with the Seagull 1963 chronograph. For once I'm recommending a Chinese watch, and I feel perfectly fine in doing so because the Seagull, or Seagull in general, is a legitimate watch company with original movements and designs, more or less. You'll never see me talking positively about homage watches, aka rip-off watches that parasitically capitalize on the image and intellectual property of third parties. Fuck them and please do not buy them. But Seagull is one of the few actually legit Chinese watch brands. We'll talk about Atelier Wen in a separate video, but they're very base too. Anyways, let's talk dimensions. So with the Seagull 1963, we have a case size of 38mm traditionally, but it's also available in 42mm. The case thickness is wearable at 13mm, just like the Lock at 46.5mm. The wall resistance is okay for what it is. I mean, this watch is not meant for swimming, just like many watches on this list. So you can't swim fast with this. So maybe I should make a separate video for like diving chronographs, which you can use to swim fast and set swimming laps in your pool. If you want that, let me know. Let me know. But yeah, the wall resistance is 3 bar, so 30 meter. And we have a domed sapphire crystal, which is amazing. Just like the movement, the mechanical Seagull ST19, which is, I mean, you can call it an in-house movement. It was made by Seagull itself on a non-completed Swiss movement. It was called Venus something. I'll insert it here. But yeah, it's a mechanical movement, so hand wound, but it's actually not too bad. The power reserve is 45 hours, and from what I've read, the reliability of the movement is okay-ish. It will last you. If you don't smash it about, it will last usually. And the most important aspect about this watch is that it stands alone in its price range at about $100. So I found some inserts in AliExpress actually for like $120, but some range all the way up to like $400. So yeah, but it's all the same watch. So you can get this watch for $100 no matter what people say. All in all, you can't go wrong here because there's legit no alternative mechanical chronograph anywhere near its price range. Simply lovely. Okay, so here's a niche pick you probably not expect. The Brew Metric. You see, gents, you know this channel is basically frugal horology, and I want to name at least 3 chronographs for like $500 and below. And I didn't want to mention 3 different watches with the Seagull ST19 movement inside. So yeah. Here's a very cool looking Brew Metric. I mean, have a look at this design. It's fucking amazing. It has a Seiko Mecha Quartz hybrid movement inside, which you can also find inside the Seiko Prospect Speed Timer. But I wanted to bring a little attention to the Brew Metric. It is a very cool looking watch that definitely has the potential to start a conversation. Positive, maybe negative, doesn't matter. But yeah. Let's look at the dimensions. All in all, this watch is very easily wearable. Maybe I would even say for people with a smaller wrist. So the case diameter is 36mm and the lock-to-lock is 41.5mm. So you see, it can wear a little small. but perfect if you have a wrist size of like, I don't know, 6 to maybe 6.75 inches. Thickness is 10.75 millimeters. And inside, as I said, we have the hybrid VK68 Mega Quartz chronograph, which is a Seiko movement. With a sapphire crystal, very nice, and the case back is stainless steel. Yeah, what can I say? It's a very base watch, upcoming, uncommon brand. Give it a shot if you want something unique. I think, on a quick side note, not everyone can pull off square watches, but if you can, and if your style is a little bit out there, then definitely go for this watch. If you are very, very whimsical, you can also go for the 8-bit dial version. What can I say? I love it. I fucking love it. Okay, a watch that definitely has to be mentioned here is the chronograph version of a watch which I refused to talk about in earlier videos. Well, I could have. The Tissot PRX chronograph is a more beautiful, in my opinion, and definitely less worn, rarer version of the Tissot PRX, which is also an incredible watch in its base Paramatic model. The reason why I refuse to mention the Tissot PRX is the same reason why I won't recommend IWC Portugiesers or Rolex Daytonas. Every fucker and their dog in Switzerland has that watch. I know you can go ahead and call me watch hipster, like a special snowflake with main character syndrome or whatever. I don't care, it's fine. But trust me when I say this. I know at least 20 people who have that watch. And I see it every day when I walk around here in Zurich. You don't know what it's like out here. Don't get me wrong. The PRX is a splendid watch, but it's too common in Switzerland. If you are fine with that or live outside Switzerland, go for it. But to me, it's too generic, at least if you live here. So, yeah. But regardless, we're talking about the rarer chronograph version of the PRX here, so it doesn't matter. Please forgive the rant, but I've been wanting to say this for a very long time. Dimensions. Let's calm down and talk about dimensions. So we have a case diameter of 42 millimeters, case thickness of 14.5 millimeters, and a lug-to-lug of 47 millimeters. The water resistance is a respectable 100 meters, and we have a sapphire crystal. All in all, I think this is a very wearable watch for all cases. It's an all-rounder with an État Vajou automatic chronograph movement inside, which has a 60-hour power reserve, so it's quite weekend-proof. If you take it off on a Friday evening, it will survive the weekend, and that's how much a power reserve should be. And we have, of course, hand-winding capabilities, hacking seconds, and a quick set date function. So there's multiple different dial variants. I like the brighter dial version with the blue accents. I think that's very beautiful. But all dials are, they're just good looking. We have an exhibition case back showing the movement inside, and the strap is integrated stainless steel. Great watch. I tried it on last year in Japan, of all places. It wears a bit bigger than you would think by the what I could find about the lug-to-lug. It's always difficult to like really talk about lug-to-lug when it comes to integrated bracelets, because they can be quite stiff. Like if the end link is quite stiff, it will wear bigger than you think. In my opinion, it wears a bit bigger than your regular PRX and also your regular chronograph. So be aware of that. I think with a 7-inch wrist circumference, you should be fine. That is about 18 centimeters if you're wondering. But yeah, it's all in all, very base watch, the rare PRX. Very cool watch. If you want to go fast with Bauhaus watches, this is it. The Junghans Max Bill Chronoscope is a quality value for money watch that can be worn whilst running around with a suit. I think it's one of the more popular watches on YouTube. People keep talking about it, but they have every reason to do so. It's a wonderful watch, and I'll show you why. Dimensions first. So we have a 40mm case size, which is, again, how watches should be. Case thickness is 14.4mm, and the lug-to-lug distance is a very wearable 42mm. You may think, judging by the lug-to-lug, this is a quite small watch, that it can wear small if you have a bigger wrist. I wouldn't say so necessarily, because the 40mm case diameter here, it will appear much bigger than it actually is, because this watch practically doesn't have a bezel. The convex sapphire crystal with its anti-reflective coating on both sides, that is your bezel effectively. So yeah, it appears very large. The water resistance is 50 meters, and you can get this watch with a white or black dial. I prefer the black version personally, but yeah, have a look for yourself. So yeah, A very cool looking, quite unique chronograph. It will definitely start up a conversation. It looks very, very sleek and clean. I think it combines a clean with a functional aesthetic that is both timeless and elegant. So if you're looking for something like this, then that's the chronograph to go for. Okay, we're now getting into the 2 to 4K price range, which is the range where one brand is the reigning and defending undisputed champion. That brand is Longines. I initially wanted to talk about the regular Longines Master Collection chronograph, which one of my friends has actually. It's extremely beautiful. I especially the dial, it looks way nicer in real life than it does in pictures even. But then I realized that for about $400 more, you can already get the Master Collection Moonface chronograph, which is an extremely cool watch that is pure value for money if you ask me. You don't just get a chronograph, but also a Moonface for, a similar price. Let me show you what I mean. Dimensions. So we have a case diameter of 40mm or 42mm. I think there's two different versions of this watch, at least in the Swiss Longines store. Have a look. The case thickness is 14.2mm and the lug-to-lug 47mm. The weakness of this watch is the water resistance, which is a bit meager at 30 meters. I think this is the only weak point of this watch, but then again, it's not meant for swimming or diving or something. Yeah, the movement inside is an attack caliber that was specifically made for Longines. It has a power reserve of 64 hours. Again, weekend proof, as it should be. When it comes to dial and bracelet, there are options you can go for. Talking about dials, you can go with silver barleycorn, black barleycorn, or blue sunray dial. The silver dial features a fine textured pattern that is the hallmark of the Master Collection line. This is also the one that my friend has. I think it looks really, really cool. I would probably go for the silver dial, but all dial variants again are fine choices and very beautiful. Strap wise, you can go with alligator leather in different colors. I think here the blue looks actually really cool, the blue alligator leather bracelet, because it pairs so well with the hands. So this version here includes a moonface complication at the 6 o'clock position, surrounded by an Arabic numeral date ring with a hand that points to the current day. You can get a watch with a great heritage, versatile design, and a high quality movement, and multiple advanced complications. Perfect watch to wear with the suit, especially if you go for the reptilian leather bracelet. Very, very cool watch. I think this is quite overlooked because people, rarely mention that there's also a moonface chronograph in the Master Collection. Cool watch. Very based, very fast. Okay, last watch for the video. I think this watch is very underrated considering what it offers. I believe that the Tudor Black Bay Chrono is a valid alternative to not only the Omega Speedmaster, to which of course it's compared often, but also to the Rolex Daytona, especially considering that the Daytona is still trading way above its retail value, for now at least. Sure, you cannot flex as hard with the Black Bay as you can with the Daytona, but this is not what this channel or watch collecting in general should be about. Value for money, I think the Tudor is the better option, hands down. I'll show you why. Let's look at the dimensions. So we have a case size of 41mm and a case thickness of 14.4mm. The lug-to-lug is on the bigger side with practically 50mm. So if you're interested in this watch, try it on. Go into Bucherer, Wempe or whatever and try it on, because it can wear a little bigger. We have an impressive water resistance of 200 meters actually. Yes, 200 meters. This is a legit dive watch. So it beats the Rolex Daytona and the Omega Speedmaster in that case. And we have of course a sapphire crystal, and inside is the Breitling B01 caliber modified by Tudor. A strong and very fast watch. Excellent caliber inside, actually the first Breitling in-house caliber ever. I also want to talk about why I would pick this watch over the Omega Speedmaster. I know this might not apply for you, but to me it's definitely a valid point. Every fucker in Switzerland has an Omega Speedmaster, and that's not the case with the Tudor Black Bay. But there's also the 200 meter water resistance, which in my opinion, it's you don't really need it, but it's nice to have. And I think that the Tudor Black Bay Chrono has just the better design, which combines classic elements like the snowflake hands with a sporty chronograph layout, creating an elegant, distinct look that really stands out immediately. Wonderful watch, very wonderful watch. I love it. And if you're into the market for a chronograph of around 5K, then go into Bucher, Tudor, whatever, and try it on. Beautiful watch. I think I'll go for the Panda dial, but the black dial is also very, very sleek. So yeah, that's it for this video. Let me know what you think and what your favorite chronograph is. My favorite chronograph is the Seiko Sonic collab, the most recent one. Love this watch. Love this watch. Very cool. It's getting dark outside. I am gonna wrap it up here, but I have a lot coming up, trying to cover different topics and not just do the same video over and over again. Yeah, stay tuned, check it out, and have a wonderful day. God bless. I'm out. Bye-bye.